that were able to run them. So there was, some cattle feed for them, but under most of our other pastures of a similar ilk, they're running 8 to 10 ewes to the hectare.
Very good. And any, you talked before about a bit of carbon testing. This was one of the areas that you tested?
Yeah, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. We were involved. There was the local land care group had some funding to do some carbon testing. This particular paddock came up as one of the highest carbon readings in the district group. So that was interesting. It probably didn't surprise us. We haven't been doing that much testing on it, but it doesn't really surprise us because with the system that we have in place here, where it's favouring those deep-rooted perennials, usually those deep-rooted perennial grasses are healthy and vigorous and growing, and growing high amounts of dry matter production. And generally speaking, there's not too much bare ground as well. So, and the production system that we're running on it, that we're able to run in more normal seasons, 12 to 14 ewes to the hectare. Currently, we're back to 8 to 10, but still, even at 10 ewes to the hectare, that's around 16 DSCs per hectare or better. So, by district standards, that's quite high. But to us, it's a sustainable system. It's meeting most of the goals that we need, and when we hit these sort of difficult seasons, we're not losing our pasture. We're not going to have to re-sow this pasture. In fact, these sorts of pastures have been improving through these bad years. So species like Coxford, Phalaris particularly, are coming to the fore and are spreading through these seasons. The main reason that we see that that's happening is the amount of rest. So, if we're on a 60-day rotation, which is okay, but probably too short for this sort of season, it means we're only grazing this country 6 times every year. If we're on a 90-day rotation, we'd only be grazing this country 4 times in a year. So that means we've got somewhere between 355 or at least 350 days of rest in a 365-day year. So rest is the key, but then because they're smaller paddocks and smaller mobs, we're still able to maintain high stock densities.
Excellent.